Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another edition of Live from the Chair with Big Money Exchange. Tonight we are joined by Planet Pain, but tonight is a extremely good night for Big Money Dodge, the co-host with the most, the man with the money, the man that provides this podcast everything that we need, and I do literally mean everything that we need. We've got the wrestling encyclopedia, Mr. Nathan Noss. Above him, I am the executive producer, the voice of reason. That's my nickname, boy. It's right there in the screen, so you should listen to it, Nathan. Anthony Wagner. And so, Planet Pain, why don't you tell us a little bit about you, and we'll start the interview.
Leader starts.
Hello.
Hello.
My name's Tyler Payne.
Hello.
I'm the Yoga Ninja. We'll backtrack a little bit. You guys asked me a question a minute ago about when we formed. We've been a group for going on 2 years. It'll be 2 years this coming December 4th, 2023. It was 2 years ago at the Wrestle Pro Alaska's event, Crowning a Champion. The first night up in Palmer, I was eliminated by Casey Navarro, which is a pretty good match. And then the second night was when we formed for our first trios or six-man tag. Who did we fight there?
Jerry Bishop. We fought Warren West and AJ.
Yeah.
Okay. 907 crew.
Yeah, which has a lot of history if you think about it. If
Really
you
does.
followed the 907 Pro Wrestling and how it's gone, I mean, two of those people were best friends at the time, now bitter enemies. So just even that right there is pretty interesting. That our first team up was against people that we beat so bad they couldn't handle each other anymore. So it's just a thought.
You know, what happens when you ooze charisma and sweat X Factor?
Squad excellence.
I just sweat.
That is true.
Good thermal regulator.
It is.
It's a sign of good health.
Yeah. Your turn.
My turn.
Introduce
Are we doing turns? Okay, well, if you can't see, based on the headband, I am PW3, which formerly stood for Preston Worthington III. I'm way too cool for that name, so we abbreviated it like you do with everything, right?
It's also a long Instagram handle.
It's
That
super long. I literally created an Instagram with that name, and because the name was so long, I never looked at it again.
When you run out of
It's my own.
I've stopped adding you to my stories
please
because
don't.
it's like at paragraph.
it covers everything.
And I have to like minimize the text
65
and shrink it.
and 3/3
Yeah.
characters.
So I no longer add
Too
either.
many.
of you.
Speaking of math,
You come along with it.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I'm not adding
Yeah.
him, I'm not adding
that's
you.
true. That's
Exactly.
true. That's true.
Fair.
The way it goes.
But you forgot to add something.
What?
If you're doing math, you have to tell them the size of the
We'll
Bicepticon.
get there. You have to introduce yourself before I talk about how big all my body parts are.
All right.
That will happen.
Yeah,
It will
it
happen.
will. It will. It better.
It will.
Okay, I'm Chad Dillon, and I've been wrestling going on 3 years. I'm called the Quad Father in this Planet Trio. Planet Pain is a very dominant and hijacked team. I can tell you that, yes, leave me alone. No, but we were recently known as the Reign of Pain, but that's probably going to be asked about later on. But like he said, follow 907 Pro Wrestling, and you'll get everything we have on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
You'll catch up on the stories and everything and everyone that we have here in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hey,
I'm Chad
Preston,
Dillon.
you weren't kidding about your Instagram. It's like a whole paragraph.
It is, man. It's ridiculous.
Here's the thing. Like I said, I put the name in there. I realized I made a huge mistake, and I've ignored it ever since. You'll see there's no posts, there's no pictures. There's literally like 3 pictures. It's our first day getting together with our group, Planet Pain, right? And
Yes,
that's
sir.
it. I'm like, no,
It's gone flip
I can't do this. So I'll probably make a new one someday.
Probably not.
I don't have,
underscore W_3.
but then my name might be too long in the future. So
Yeah.
I don't know. How do I just go by P3?
That's
Anyways,
E3.
Anyways,
Yeah. Okay.
so yeah.
All right. But normally we let Nathan start the questions off, but I'm feeling generous tonight. Big Money, would you
Oh,
like to start us
wow.
off, sir?
Well, you should have. You're welcome.
Oh.
So each and every one of you guys, top 5 indie female wrestlers today.
My God.
Top 5 indie wrestlers today.
Or
Kick 'em off.
yesterday.
I won't pretend like I'm not stumped. I'm super stumped. Because if you're going to ask me the top 5 wrestlers, I would just say my name
5 times?
5
5
times.
times.
But
Yeah, of course.
I
mean,
know,
it's
but he said female, so he threw me for a
It's
loop.
2023 though. Put a wig on and still say PW3.
Well, that'd be PW3.
And
Well,
a half?
probably like 2.9, not to.
Yeah, 2.9. I'd go with
2.9. Right about the same, very equal, but I mean, you can't have the same name. I don't know. I won't lie. Tyler here, he's going to be the one who has probably the best answer out of us. I will say the talent that is here in Alaska that's starting up, they pick up quick. They're pretty awesome. We have Aurora Rain.
Okay.
She's kind of kicking some things off. She's pretty awesome.
And
Yeah. And Anna.
Anna, she just joined top tier talent in our 907 scene.
Yeah. So pretty awesome. We've had some good competitors. I will say the number one that sticks out to me is Lady Frost. If you guys don't know who Lady Frost is, she's been up here with Wrestle Pro Alaska a few times. And she's been working AEW here and there, on and off. I'm sure she's, great things in her future. So I'd say she's probably my number one.
Go ahead, Chad. I'm still formulating.
You put me on the spot, I'm gonna go. Like I can tell you probably one, and I don't know it.
Well, you gotta keep
Just
up with
repeat
your
what I said.
history here. We have the encyclopedia.
I'd probably say
I know.
PW3 for my top 5 as well.
Oh,
Female wrestler. PW 2.9.
No, stop it. You got brain. You gotta.
Let me think about
Pretty
this.
smart.
Oh, he
The
has
one that came up last
thinking
time.
keys.
We had
from
Emma.
Australia.
We had Emma, who
Lena
came
Cross.
up, and we had
she's
Lena
in
Cross.
my.
Say again?
I'll plug Lena Cross.
Yeah, Lena Cross. I saw her go against Lady Frost, and them connecting, them colliding, is a very good match to see.
Lena Cross and Lady Frost had a very good match in New Jersey at Wrestle Pro, and then I think they brought them both up to work Wrestle Pro Alaska event. So yeah, Lena Cross, she's a dark horse. A couple others, I'll give a couple New England shout outs from, that's obviously my stomping grounds, to B3CCA, that's Becca, the pop star. She's obviously done some extra work, been around AEW. She's worked like every weekend, twice on Sundays. And another one that I would give would be Ava Everett. Couple
Nice.
New England cats.
Okay.
Good call.
Very nice.
Go ahead, Nate.
And Becca just performed for MLW. She actually sang at their
Yeah, I saw
last
that.
paper.
She used a few of the New England Pro Wrestling Academy students and some of their young wrestlers for her entrance. I was watching that earlier today. It's always good to see because that's primarily the school that I was trained at.
Very nice. So, can you tell us about the match that you guys had with the world famous cheeseburger LSG and I'm gonna butcher this guy's name.
Dion
Bruceman.
and LSG.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
What do you want to know?
Just what your guys' thoughts were about the match and
Have you seen the match?
yes, it was very entertaining, by the way.
Okay, good. I love all those guys. I think I love Dion, I love Burger, I love LSG. Had an opportunity to work with all of them, and I don't know. I enjoyed that match. I like any time that there's a different dynamic to a team. So it's one of the reasons why I think this unit works, because it's like we all bring a different flavor component to the mix, and same with like LSG, and he's the technician and does some of the aerial offense, and Burger obviously is just a super technician. He runs his own school, and then Dion obviously being the powerhouse. So I really enjoyed that match. That was what Breaking the Ice or
Breaking
something.
the Ice.
Breaking the Ice. That was actually them on our show.
Yeah,
So that was a little bit of a different spin. Usually when we're going to see those Wrestle Pro Alaska guys or Wrestle Pro guys in general, that's going to be a Wrestle Pro Alaska show. That was a 907 professional wrestling show. And they did an invasion of sorts A lot of people had a lot of opportunities, including us with that match you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And LSG, there was a hell of a pump kick. I remember that vividly.
Yep.
He almost killed me, as he should have, because that's what we're doing, right? I know Dion thinks he's a big guy. I picked him up. Doesn't feel that big. That's it. No, he's awesome too. I will say one more thing about LSG too. I actually learned quite a bit from him. Talking to him a couple times, getting slapped around by him a little bit.
He's a good leader.
Learned a couple things, absolutely. And Cheeseburger, he's got a lot of technical skill, and it's one of those things, like you mentioned, oozing charisma earlier, right?
Yeah.
It just that he's so quality that oozes off him. He's just talking to people in the back, and you can tell he's a mentor without even trying to be a mentor. He's teaching people just by being himself and walking around the back. So all three of them, great people to work around with and learn from.
All good people, all good guys that I would wrestle every day of the week if I had to. Someone said, all right, you got to wrestle these three guys the rest of your life. You're like, okay, I'm solid with that.
But
Well, there was a lot of good spots in that match, but the one that had me like literally dying laughing was, in a good way, was when the yoga ninja was in the meditation pose,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he thought that you guys were around him, but it was Cheeseburger and LSG that tapped you on the shoulder, and the look on your face was like, oh crap.
For whatever reason, people think it's humorous to disturb my meditation.
Never.
And it's really, it helps me get to the next level in the ring. So it's really for the fans' benefit that I elongate that meditation. And when I'm disturbed from it,
Disrespectful.
it is.
It's genuinely disrespectful.
Things go
I don't know why
sideways.
people think that's okay.
Things go sideways.
Disrespectful.
I think the disrespectful thing is that they threw him on us.
Well,
Yes.
They're trying to win a match.
But
The match hasn't even started yet, but that's the thing.
better than chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say one thing about all three of them. We've been in the ring with them probably more than once. I can probably think about that. But one thing I'd say about Dion, he is strong. I've never been thrown around like a rag doll before, and I did a couple front flips by that man.
Yeah.
Cheeseburger, he put us all in a submission at the same time.
Yes.
Who else has done that? And LSG, he threw me like a rag doll too. But all
Yes.
three of them, being the time that I've been in Alaska or the time that I've known WrestlePro Alaska, they're all how you say the word?
Genuine?
There we go, people.
Genuine.
Yes,
Genuine.
they are all good people, and the most respect to them.
Say that. But respect. But one thing to add is, I believe LSG and Cheeseburger were the Alaska or the WrestlePro Alaska Tag Team Champions at one point.
Weren't they there
Right.
at the time? Weren't they?
Right? They were, and I believe
Dion,
that we may have held those titles at some point. Right, Chad?
yeah, we'll get back to that later.
I believe. Oh, we'll get back to that later. Okay. All right. Just ask about it later.
Yeah, just ask about it later.
Just ask
I was
later.
I was planning on it, so I had you covered. And for Tony and Big Money, the submission move they were talking about, one of them was in an Indian deathlock, the other one was in a full Nelson, and the other one was in a Dragon Sleeper, all at the same time.
I was in the Indies.
I was backwards, so I was here.
That was you. I remember everything.
Wow. I know.
I remember that.
Technicians always get us. Sometimes. Well, me, at least.
Always, all the time, sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, that was good, Mr.
My favorite
Wrestling
word.
Encyclopedia.
One more thing. If you're upset because they interrupted your meditation, and I get that, just look at it this way. You motivated them to meditate because right after they threw you out of the ring, they all meditated afterwards.
That's true.
The mockery.
Mockery.
Well, they probably got the ooze charisma because they ended up getting the fans what you get.
No,
That's
still
exactly what I was thinking.
I think they were just being jerks.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll say it. Jerks.
Yeah.
Just being jerks. Always the future.
All right. So before I ask my question, I have a supervisory producer, and he did a comparison to you guys. He says you guys remind him a lot of the Young Bucks.
Yes, I was gonna say that.
Really? Okay, how so?
Yeah, I'd love to know
Because
how.
we're a team of three. Three people.
Our supervisory producer is not on right now to ask that, but he told me to tell you that he compares you a lot to the Young Bucks.
Okay.
Huh.
We do
So
hook. I definitely can't take offense to something like that.
No.
It's just it'd be more interesting to know a little bit more about
Yeah,
the
like,
why,
The look, the move,
probably
the
the look,
the
The
look.
size.
Okay.
the look,
That's why we're
probably
waiting.
the
But you and me
glasses,
was probably bigger than
the
the three.
headbands. I get it. I can see it too. You know.
And
I
you
think,
guys
Matt,
do have
I
the
think-
fluid movement of the Young Bucks too when you wrestle. So I mean, there is that.
Well, that's nice. That's a good compliment. I think
Appreciate
Matt and Nick and
I'm not
I
good.
have a very
Yes, you
similar
are.
background. I think we're all the same age. I think we all started with I've been wrestling. My first match was 13 years ago. I think they're slightly older than I am, but grew up just as diehard fans of the Hardy Boys. Built a wrestling ring out of their trampoline. Had their dad help them out with things. It's like literally the same background as I had, parallel. Learning how to do 450 splashes and know what in the background. So I think I'd actually met both of them early on, and they're both really cool and really nice to me. And it's just never had an opportunity to actually work with them, but I appreciate the compliment. I think there's a lot of us around that age frame that had just a very similar background without even really knowing it, and I can see why you could say that. But I appreciate the compliment, especially with the smoothness, because I feel like both of them, especially Nick. I mean, he's just he makes things look so effortless.
Sliced bread.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, but my question to you boys is, what is your guys' pre-match and post-match routine?
Should have brought it up.
Post match is my favorite,
Yeah,
but
post-match
pre match
good.
is pretty good. Well, you talk about the pre match. You're all about warming up and pumping up.
Sure.
I mean, before I head out there, I make sure I do about 1,000 squats. They call me the quad father for a reason, so I have to keep my legs popping.
He can't even wear jeans. Look at he's wearing sweatpants.
Look at it.
All the time.
I ripped through my jeans.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him in jeans,
You
they
ripped
didn't
them.
rip. I ripped them, but it's really I yelled at him and he flexed his quad and they just shredded
There are
apart.
these special jeans for weightlifters called barbell apparel and all that. They don't
Yeah.
work for him. I mean, look at this fastest medialis.
Yeah.
Pokes out. Doesn't work.
I hurt
So
you.
pre-match routine, you do 1,000 squats.
Impressive.
Yeah, 1,000 squats before I head out. I might stretch my arms a couple times, but my arms ain't the thing. My legs are. My legs are what makes money.
I basically just go flex a bunch.
That is
I
true.
practice my pose routine. I make sure everything's good. I'm 50% joking, 50% dead serious. If you've ever been on a bodybuilding stage or anything or any position where you're literally flexing all the time,
Hard work.
I'm genuinely obviously trying to get a good pump before I go out there. You want to look good. You always want to look the part. You want to be the big, strong guy. You want to be in your opponent's head. I want to put my arms up. I want to flex, and I want them to fear for their lives from the pythons.
Can we get an instant
That's
replay?
what I want. No, one
Instant-
time only. One time only. And it's not an instant replay. I can't rewind it.
Maybe you could just do it again.
I can just kind of come back here and say, whoa,
There we
and
go.
then come back here.
All
But
right.
anyway,
Yeah.
but really just to get the isometrics in there, really get the muscles flowing, get the blood pumping. I have a snack. I know it might sound childish. Have a snack, right?
I
You gotta
have
eat.
his
No, no.
I have to bring extra snacks for him. I even bring extra snacks for him.
He has to feed the quad.
All right,
what
hold
it
on. I have a question here for Mr. Encyclopedia.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I know this.
Okay.
Answer. I want to see if you know it. What did Scott Steiner eat as his pre-workout, pre-match snack?
Oh God.
Come on,
You can do it.
I'll give you a hint. It's in the candy family.
Lopian. Candy.
I do it, but I'm gonna take a guess because my brain just shut off for a second. I'm gonna say Reese's Pieces.
Oh, Reese's Cup.
I was close.
I'll give that to you. Good work.
All right, thank you.
Good work.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, he for the little insulin spike. It's a bodybuilder trick, but he was always like that. Stuck with me early on when I was like a 9-year-old kid. Like, oh, Scott Steiner would eat a Reese's Cup before we'd go
Yeah.
out.
33 and
He's- so I try to do something similar. Have you'll see guys backstage with like jelly beans and all sorts of
protein.
yeah,
Protein, but you need
some sort of
the
insulin
sugar.
spike.
Sugar.
So a little sugar.
Monsters.
I'll try to time caffeine like an energy drink maybe an hour or two before. That way I'm not like too jittery, but like kind of smooth. And then it's just all stretching for me. I mean, like I'm 33, all my offense, like if I don't stretch, if I'm not mobile, that's why, I mean, knock on wood, like no serious injuries in 13 years. It's all mobility and flexibility. I heard that from Chris Jericho. He came back on, I think it was a Royal Rumble in 2012 or 2011. And he was like number 1 or number 2. And he went like 50, 60 minutes. And he was like 40 something at that time. And Vince was like, how do you do it? He's like, DDP yoga. So
Yep.
that was 10, 12 years ago for me. And I looked into that and I became a strength and conditioning coach certified. And I've been teaching yoga for 10 years and I swear by it.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Congrats.
So
It's not just a gimmick for the yoga ninjas.
It's not, man. Live the life.
Really a gimmick for any of those?
Turn to 11.
Power lifter, bodybuilder, yoga master.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say it didn't
Pretty
seem
much.
like it doesn't seem like it's a gimmick. It seems like it's your guys' life, which is a good thing. So
I get the Planet Pain. I get it.
sorry,
Like the muscles.
he's a little slow. He's been sniffing that fake money all the time. It's the chemicals of
hey,
the.
I thought we were going into this podcast being nice to each other today.
Sorry,
He
I slipped into
started
bad
it.
habit.
He started.
Sound
it.
like us.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
Yeah, a little
I
backbiting
guess
for
I'm
fun.
just going to trump you both. I'm just going to ask another question. So,
Go for it.
gentlemen, you have a mutual friend up there in Alaska that this podcast knows, Mr. Roy Lovejoy. What are your thoughts on Mr. Lovejoy?
Podcast.
I don't know. But he gets
Get on
in
this podcast.
he gets in our way sometimes when we wrestle. I mean, he
the manager
cheats.
for that
Yeah, he's a manager for what's the team called?
Inquisition.
Yeah, Inquisition. Yeah.
Inquisition, yes.
So that should tell you how much we think about him. He doesn't even know who it is.
He just gets in our way.
He left his book. Like I remember bringing his book back for him because I'm a nice guy. Like I am a genuinely nice person. Like you left your church book here on the apron, and so I brought it back to him, even though he tried to interfere with our match. But I'm like, well, this must mean something to you because you're waving it all around.
Yeah. And
That's all I know
they
about.
try to use it against his one-on-one match.
They did. Did you open the book? Did you see what's
I
inside?
didn't wanna look
It's
in there.
hollowed out. There's just a bunch of like metal.
What a weird.
Like it's a bunch of crap in there to make it super heavy. Did you feel it? Like it wasn't the
So-
weight of a book.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon. Yeah.
They're cheaters.
And they tried to use it on Preston. But glad thing I was in my Sunday best.
I would never.
And I was
cheat.
going to help. I had to undress
See, so
to
hold
be
on.
ready
This
to
is
fight.
why it's nice because you know Preston has a year or two on me. He's wise.
Yeah, I'm a little older.
And he, I give people the benefit of the doubt, but sometimes, but look at that. He just enlightened me.
Yeah.
Too nice.
Can we swear? We can't swear, can we?
Yes, you can.
No, you can.
You can.
No
Put the dick-
filters.
Bunch of dicks. We don't swear to swear. Your words have gravity to them, Chad.
I'm sorry.
There's gravity, gravitas. You have to pay attention.
I
If
get
you're gonna
it.
Swear. There's a reason.
But the gravitational pull is going to pull the leader, Tyler Payne.
Oh my god.
Get it?
Yes. I'm wearing the shirt.
I know. Yes, Planet.
All right, Payne.
All right.
But yeah, he wears sunglasses. That's what I know.
All right. So Brother Dodge, it's your question.
Brother Dodge.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you guys are face, right?
Do we have faces? What'd you say?
No, are you the good guys or the bad guys?
What do you think? You've seen our stuff.
Man,
Unfortunately, the good guys.
what's a good guy? What's a bad guy? It's all perspective, right?
Yeah. You got to do what you got to do, right?
I mean, we're winners.
Yeah.
I'm more
That's all
worried
that
about we're
matters. You
winners.
guys win, so
To answer your question, currently in our role of 907 Pro Wrestling, which consumes our work duties, you are correct.
Okay, I don't have a question.
Okay.
I don't deal with faces.
Fine. Well, I'm a heel in
Okay.
real life, like just
Oh,
in
well,
general.
then you and I can ask questions.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
Now you're the bad guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, real life.
There you go.
this is as real as anything. I'm gonna put it on upside down now.
What are the
Oh,
biggest names that you guys fought in your entire career? Each of you.
Ah, this one.
Zach Gowen. The one-legged wonder.
So quick.
We won by using prosthetic legs.
Yep. We beat up the one-legged guy with extra legs. It was
Yeah.
kind of awesome. I played air guitar on one. It was pretty
We high footed. I mean, you just asked me. You don't talk to faces. I mean,
I said we're
Okay,
winners. I
I'll
didn't
be
say we're winners.
I'll
That's
be
true.
nice. I'll be nice. You guys can answer the question.
That's the question.
that's your biggest.
That's where
I would
we
say
are.
that is
That's where we
our
are.
biggest name.
Tyler here's quite a bit more experience, been around the globe a bit more than us. He's probably got something else cooking.
cooking. Yeah, I had a good match a few years ago in Canada against Tyson Dukes.
Oh,
Ooh.
That was a good one. It's on YouTube. Check it out. But I thought he brought out some of the best in me, honestly, and that was a good match. Good match against Matt Cross. That was actually the first Wrestle Pro Alaska match.
I like that name.
I once eliminated Carlito from a Battle Royal.
oh wow.
Quite proud of that.
I miss Battle Royals.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll go with those top three.
Nice.
Those are
for
really
now.
good names right there for both.
I like
all
how
of
you put it for now.
For now.
He's
For now.
he's not done.
For now. We did have Zach
Oh,
Gowen. We did
Yeah,
beat him up with Jake Lang.
I pinned Zach
That's pretty-
Gowen.
that's
I pinned
pretty
Zach
good.
Gowen.
Yeah, that's around the globe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also fought KM and Falaba.
Yeah.
Pretty big names out
3
there.
times in a row.
Yeah. Too many times.
Yeah.
Too many times.
Yeah.
I definitely do it again though.
Yeah, I would too. They owe us a rematch.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get it back someday.
What happened to Remus Point?
Yeah. Rematch.
That's what I'm saying. We should like say something.
Say things. Go say things.
Give us a rematch.
Yeah. People that are
Be a
watching.
good match.
It would.
They're all good.
I want a 6-man. I want the Freebird rules.
Yeah.
There you go.
They don't know who they're gonna get.
You remember when he paddles you?
Right into the
I
bell
remember.
rings.
I remember. Stuff Mark.
I bet you do. I got hit with snow. Same thing.
Cheaters.
Yeah, I know, right?
What else you got?
Yeah.
Nathan?
Can you tell us the emotions that you guys had when you won the Wrestle Pro Alaska Tag Team Championships?
Fear. Fear.
If you saw in the
You know who we beat? We ran. We ran away. Did you not see it? It was fear. There was no other emotions. I didn't have a chance to realize we were the champions until the belts were in our hands and we were in the back for 45 minutes.
Yeah, if you actually seen the match, you would see Tyler dragging us out because we didn't know what just happened.
No.
We were on autopilot against Dan Moss and Bobcat McDillon.
Also, I don't care about the Bobcat
Who
part,
got burning hammered?
but He did. He almost killed me.
I listen. I
I
got
almost
lucky.
died.
I got
Oh, man.
lucky by
He's a
throwing
great
out
worker.
Dan
Not saying
Moss.
he's not a great worker. Absolutely amazing. But yeah,
Who got clothesline?
me. Me. That's why it was all fear.
Listen,
I just ran away. I got beat up. We won. I grabbed something that somebody handed me, which apparently was a tag
Oh,
belt,
man.
and just ran away. There's
He was-
nothing more to it.
he got
Fear.
the brunt of the match.
How
right?
did you feel? You actually could feel emotions at the time. Were you proud of
You're
yourself?
actually the only
I
one.
was pulled out by Tyler Payne. Okay,
Yeah.
I had no emotion. All I know was run.
Run. Run.
If you notice, what I had to do to get you over Bobcat,
Man.
I had to throw out Dan Moss.
There were a couple of moments where I was like, maybe they're dead.
You remember the time that we did?
I thought I was.
You remember the game we played in the match?
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So that's where it all started, that whole match. We
Yeah.
were trying to figure out who's going first. Rock, paper, scissors. Dan Moff got in our game, got in our head.
We
a little
yelled
bit,
at him. He made him mad.
and then, you know,
I like that Wrestle
tried to
Pro
kill
Alaska
me.
title. I think
he tried
about
to
it,
kill me.
but I think about who holds it with Dan Moff. I was like, man, it would need to be some sort of stipulation. Like, I can out ladder climb him. I'm pretty sure I'm more creative than him. I could come up with some. I don't know. He put a door over Bobcat's head.
That was pretty.
That was scary.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
still
sticking with
think I'm slightly smarter than him, and I could creative and maneuver him to a match. But like, yeah, because that Wrestle for Alaska title, man, that's a nice looking piece of metal there.
Mm-hmm.
But
You never
so
know.
yeah, fear. I mean,
Lots of
I
fear.
had a good time. I was on the
You
apron.
weren't in the match.
I mean, we got fake suicide dived on.
What did
That
you,
was scary.
What did you feel?
I mean, that was
Fear?
scary for my
It
mental
was
health.
very, very scary. I haven't slept more than 4 hours straight since. So
I would say at the end of the day, I DDT'd Bobcat, threw out Dan Moss.
That's what you won with?
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and I pulled
Take the snake.
PW3 over Bobcat's dead body.
I love that we won with a DDT.
Yeah, I love that I won with the
a
DDT. It was
legitimate
so nice.
DDT.
He did a front flip.
Well,
and then we won.
because his neck caved in. He didn't really flip.
That's
He
what I'm saying. Head
collapsed
first.
into himself.
Have you ever seen someone go a vertical pencil and then fall over?
Yeah, him.
Yeah, exactly.
But in rewatching it, because at the time I had no idea what was happening.
I mean, before then, I was getting punched in the face by Dan Moss.
All
I mean,
all right.
It was interesting. But
Tangents.
yeah, tangents. What else you guys got?
Okay, in your guys' opinion, who's the best wrestler turned actor?
I say The Rock.
Obviously.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
When you say best, do you mean like a genuinely good actor, or who's just our favorite?
In your opinion, it can be genuine, it could be best acting, it could be whoever you feel.
Triple H's performance in Blade Trinity moved me.
Oh my God.
I mean that the best way. He's always been my absolute favorite wrestler to look at for almost anything. So I just seen him go into do different things like Saturday Night Live and all the other little things he's done with the WWE productions. I genuinely enjoy watching him act just because I don't know. He's been my favorite since I was a kid. So
That's a good one.
that's all. It's just my favorite.
I didn't even know about that.
It is.
I'm a big fan of John Cena in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer. I don't know if
Yes.
you see that, but
Yes.
she's like, it's like I'm having sex with an ice sculpture. And, he has a couple other lines where he's like in the movie theater where he's like Mark Wahlberg, will you shut the hell up? He's like, Mark Wahlberg's like 150 lean. I'm 250 pounds. I don't know. I think John Cena.
That was priceless.
I think John Cena is he's slightly underrated as an actor, but he needs to stick with more of those goofy comedy roles. He doesn't
Agreed.
need to be The Rock. Just stick with those ones. I hear he's playing the mermaid in the Barbie movie, and I'm very excited to see that.
I watch that. I hear he's turning into Ernest. Have you seen that?
What?
Slow transformation. Do you guys remember Ernest? The Ernest movie?
Yes.
He's slowly turning into him. If you look at some of the facial features and
Yeah.
then moving funny,
And his hair.
he's gonna be
Yeah.
him.
I don't think he was that good in the new Fast movie.
Oh wow.
Well, that's see, because that's the thing. Like, put him in Trainwreck with Amy Schumer, a little comedy.
Ice sculpture, I like it.
He-
Okay.
That whole part when he's in the movie theater, like that's your niche, man.
Who you got? You said The Rock.
Yeah,
Of course you said The Rock and have nothing else to say. The Rock.
What
of
do you
course,
mean? My
The Rock.
favorite movie series is Fast and the Furious.
You know, people growing up now don't even know The Rock.
Well,
He's
that's
a
their
wrestler.
fault.
They don't even know he was a wrestler.
I'm alive. I'm Marty Grove.
Oh.
That is mine.
Are you grown?
Face it.
He's grown.
Listen, look at the
He's
thighs. My
grown.
thighs are thicker than your head.
Grown.
Listen, I might be the youngest participant in this team.
We're doing an interview, Chad.
I know.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we all just get along for
Big
1
money.
hour?
We're
How
always
about
getting along.
There
How
you
about you
go.
Yeah, there we go.
Great team.
How about your
Great
next
team.
question, Big Money?
Have
What's
you ever
bigger, his
wrestled in
bicep or my
Southern
quad?
California?
Well, I hope you're quad. You mother.
Anyway.
Okay.
All right. Go
All
ahead.
right.
Okay.
You didn't see that.
Wow.
We can edit that out, right?
It's
Don't
a
edit.
family show.
No, we're live.
Family show.
Okay, so Dodge asked, have you ever wrestled in Southern California?
I'd like to go. I have I know this company called Action Coast Wrestling. That's just northern or central or northern California.
Central, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Sacramento area maybe.
Yep.
I've been to San Diego a couple times just on vacation, but California is definitely. I'd like to get over there, but nothing so far.
You know, I'm just going to say this. I see you guys facing the Wrestle Buddies. Look them up. They're a really interesting tag team
Yeah.
in Southern
Wrestle
California.
bunnies.
Buddies.
Buddies. Like
Okay.
buddies, yeah.
Are there Russell Bunny?
Bunnies,
That sounds
really. Yeah, you guys have to wrestle bunnies in Southern
guy.
California.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would
check
love
them out.
I would
They-
love to wrestle
Bunnies.
Dalton Castle and the boys. Throw that out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I want to have a charisma battle with Mr. Dalton Castle. Let's see who can out peacock one another.
okay.
He may be able to out suplex
Look at-
me, but like, look at this hair. This
Nobody's
screams,
got better hair than you, sir.
this screams peacock.
It does.
So Tony Khan, if you're listening, book it.
Ooh, yeah, right.
Now.
I noticed.
That's the match I
Go
want.
ahead,
Nate,
Nate.
what's your question?
Okay. If you guys could book a WrestleMania card, 6
Ooh.
matches from any generation, and independent wrestlers can be on it, who would you put on the card?
Nice. Go back. Did you say how many matches? What did you say?
6 matches.
That's a lot.
Yeah. You guys ask these questions that take like 45 minutes to
These are
formulate.
long ones.
They were like, oh man, they're
Yeah.
great questions,
They
but
are. I'm gonna.
Should we
so, hold
ask
on.
you math questions?
I'll kick it off.
no, that's too easy.
I'll kick it off.
Oh,
I think
sorry.
this is one that all of us, probably you guys and everyone out there, wants at some point. I'm gonna go 1998 or 9 Sting Undertaker.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Even you could even do it up until late 2000s because honestly, Taker got in better shape in like 07, 08, and Sting
Yep.
was in TNA and doing fine there. So you could have done it then.
Yeah.
Obviously peak pro, but whatever. Do it back all the way up until I'd say 2010, and I just think the entrances, God, like that was there have been so much money there. I'm
It would
a-
pop
I'm a-
like no
I'm a-
other.
I'm a theatrical guy. Like money, entrance, put everything into those entrances. Put everything into the face off. And then they still could have had a great match.
Hell
I think
of
it
a
could have
match.
been top 5 spectacles of all time.
Yep, agreed.
I have 3 already. Like I'm ready.
Go.
I got 3 already. 2 of these matches have happened. Batista versus Goldberg happened, but I want peak Batista, peak Goldberg.
Okay.
That's what I need. Peak them. That would be a powerhouse match that just wouldn't be able to be. It'd probably be 45 seconds long, but it'd be the most exciting 45 seconds ever.
I like that.
And then Macho Man, Randy Savage versus Shawn Michaels. Again, both peak. That has happened, but not at their peak. Those 2 could be a match that were just talked about forever for different levels, different reasoning. And then one that I hope to see someday is The Rock versus Roman Reigns. Like that's still a possibility. Like that is.
Why would he have teased that on Young Rock if they're not going to pay it off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very, very
Yep.
true. Okay, so that would be 4 matches, boys. 2 more.
I may have 2, but one, I would love to see peak Stone Cold Steve Austin against peak Rock against peak LA Knight.
Peak LA
Ooh,
Knight.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. What's your other one?
I would love to see Goldberg and Brock Lesnar tag against Kane and Undertaker
Oh,
Ooh.
in a Hell in a Cell match.
So, she never throwing stuff out there.
Hey,
Now I
this is
should play WWE 2K23 and
He's
play
like,
that match.
He's like in a Hell in a Cell,
All right,
underwater.
I'll throw one more at you. Here's the WrestleMania Open, okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna create a match. TLC, tables, ladders, and cage.
Ooh.
Okay. All in their prime. 4-way tag team match. Hardys, Dudleys, Usos, Young Bucks.
Oh.
Oh,
Sold.
There's your
Sold.
open.
Yeah.
Very.
That's the
Tables, ladders,
open.
tables, ladders, in a cage. TLC cage.
You win via pin submission.
No, it's still like a ladder match. You're encompassed. You can either be like a big cage, like a cell cage, so you have more room to do crazy stuff around. But it's just like introducing. It's like TLC metal, or like TNA did a version of
Wow.
Full Metal Mayhem. But I've always wanted to see a
Pretty
TLC match in a cage.
So where can I buy my tickets?
I know, right?
Yeah.
907 Pro
No,
Wrestling.
like seriously, that's like epic. Wow. Wow.
so
There you go.
if you don't mind, I have one that I thought about last night.
Okay.
It was Joker Sting from TNA
Cool.
versus Bray Wyatt.
Nice.
Bray Wyatt or the Fiend Bray Wyatt?
Bray Wyatt, because the Fiend Bray Wyatt didn't really talk, so
Right.
you wouldn't get the back and forth with Sting if it was the Fiend Bray Wyatt.
So I'm totally with you there. But rather than seeing the match, like again, I'm a theater guy. Like I want to see the 2 months before it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The build-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, pay me off with a match with some crazy stuff. But like just the 8 weeks of verbiage before it, sign me up. I'm glued to the TV.
Soda.
Absolutely.
All right.
Like that.
All right. So we touched on this a little bit in the opening, but well, not in the opening, but earlier in the interview. What are you guys' favorite cookie or snack?
Oh,
What's it? What?
favorite cookie or snack?
Okay.
My favorite snack right now is the 907 Pro Wrestling shirt wench. She sells all the merch.
I don't want to ask.
right now. Good plug. That's just true. Yeah. And then pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
Which one comes first?
I mean, they could be at the same time. Rich people think of I can have both, Chad. There's multiple. I can have it all. Poor people think like I have options.
Go ahead, Chad.
I would say my favorite snack would be, what are those things called? It's like wrapped in a gold wrapper. It's like a little crunchy ball of chocolate and peanut butter.
Lindell's.
Lindell's with a
Lindell's.
nice cold can of Big Red.
Ooh,
All right.
that's a
What about your cookie?
Oh, cookie?
Snack and cookie.
Mint chocolate chip Reese's.
Oh.
Mm.
Damn.
Okay, favorite snack? It's like an old reliable road snack. It's beef jerky. It's solid protein, good, easy. And then cookie, it's like a good homemade peanut butter cookie.
Oh yeah.
With like
Soft.
yeah.
Soft.
With like the good fork pressed down in it.
Mhm.
A glass of cold milk.
So specific.
I mean, detail.
Chocolate milk or white milk?
Not white milk.
White milk.
Yeah, 2% or whole milk.
You're creating an experience.
I'm
not just
creating
a
an
snack.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with like a classic country style chocolate chip cookie, but I'm gonna go with like a peanut butter cookie, with that thicker cut with a fork pressed down just a little bit. You bite into it.
Almost cakeish.
God,
Super soft.
little sprinkle of sea salt or sugar on it.
Mmm. Reminds me of caramel.
All right.
All right, Big Money.
All right. Let me see. What made you guys become wrestlers? What was the number one thing that motivated you to become a wrestler? Excuse me.
Chad.
I was sitting on my couch and I said, I'm tired of being a bum. I was like, what can I get in shape with, have fun with, make money for, and perform for everybody that loves come to watch me? Just chat style.
That was the first.
That's what I'm saying. I just got tired of being a bum on my couch, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna become a professional wrestler. And look at me now, one of the best tag teams known to man, Planet Pain.
All right.
That's right.
Can't argue with that.
I want to, but I can't.
I mean, you can, but don't.
You want to go? You want me to go?
You go ahead. We're going.
So, I've wanted to be a wrestler. Full disclosure, I'm 34, so I'm an old man as a wrestler, and I really just got started 2 years ago.
Wow.
I've already had a career. I'm working on the side that I'll retire from in the next couple of years. But as I move forward, I want to continue with the wrestling. But I've wanted to be a wrestler since I was 4. It's not something that I really ever thought I'd even attempt. I remember watching, especially Bret the Hitman Hart, when I was like 4 or 5 with my mom. The 90s time frame. She's smoking a cigarette, accidentally burning me. She's a great mom, don't get me wrong, but I have vivid memories of that happening.
Think
Like,
about
watch
it.
out, mom, the sharpshooter's happening. I got to see who's tapping out, kind of stuff. All the way up into WrestleMania 14 being my favorite WrestleMania, just for various reasons, time of my life, all kinds of different stuff. I can actually equate everything I do to wrestling, either everything I do, or I can create comparisons. I do that at my work all the time. I say, hey, if you were a wrestler, this is how I'd handle this, blah, blah, blah.
I love
and
that.
it creates a level of clarity to people that's pretty interesting and pretty funny. And
That's so cool.
Nice.
I mean, that's really it. I still feel like a kid every time I look at a wrestling ring. So
Mhm.
it's a ton
Amen
of
to that. Yep.
Close somebody at work. Clothesline somebody at work.
Yeah, I can't. You know,
Yeah, that's cool. I like that answer.
Thanks. I didn't think this first one. So you beat me. I always pick.
My earliest memory, I remember watching it, and my dad said I called it booms and uh-ohs. Every time it'd be a slam, I'd say boom. And every time someone would grab a chair, I'd say uh-oh. So that's like my earliest memory being like 2 or 3 years old. I'm 33, so I've been wrestling. I had my first match in 2010, so 13 years ago. Years of backyard and trampoline, again, like Young Bucks and Hardys since I was 12. But, I mean, like growing up in the early 90s, Power Rangers. How are you not a fan?
Yes.
Right? So, like, that
Yep.
was, I wanted to be a Power Ranger through the ages until like maybe 6. And then when they went to space, I like stopped coming in. So I'm like, I'm 7, I'm 8, I'm kind of into boobs. And then Attitude Era.
Yes.
Sting, NWO. What a perfect time to become a wrestling fan. Literally
Lita,
1996, 97. And I just remember like having that. And my dad be like, "Oh, this is deep Generation X. You can't watch this right now." But like, you can watch some WCW. And so it was like this forbidden fruit. So it's like, oh. And then every once in a while we'd have the VCR tape in, you know, because like Raw was 2 hours or Nitro was 3 hours. I forget. So we'd record Nitro, and then once in a while my dad would forget, and he would like fall asleep, and then would forget to change the channel, and then Raw would be recorded, and be just like Sable or someone. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like 9 years old. Yeah. Rewind. So once I stopped, I'm like, okay, Power Rangers is cool, but like these guys are real. Look at Sting, a huge Sting fan early on, and then like the Hardys, and then I read the Hardys autobiography, how they converted their trampoline into a wrestling ring. So I had to do
That
that.
was cool.
I had to do that. Like, I have pictures of it. It's on YouTube. That and once I stopped trampoline wrestling, I was like, maybe I should actually do this. And then that's when I started traveling down to Massachusetts and trained at Killer Kowalski School, which is now the New England Pro Wrestling Academy.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We have such great stories.
They're all good.
Yours is fine.
They're all
You do.
eclectic. We're an eclectic bunch.
Chad's little brother, if you guys
He
haven't
is.
picked up on it, he's little brother in the best way.
I am literally half their age. I am
That is
23.
not true.
He's not
You're
literally.
not literally. The word literally means like
Yeah.
a true factual statement.
Well, damn near.
Really?
Well, from him, not you.
2/3.
Next question.
Next question.
Okay, Dodge,
No, they.
Well, first of all, Big Buddy, can you say that's a first? Because I thought I was the
It
only
was
one
the
that equates.
first.
Well, first of all, I thought I was the only one that equates everything in their daily life to pro wrestling. So nice to know there's somebody else out there that does the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And my next question is, what's the best advice your trainers have given you, and do you still use that advice today?
Like,
Slow down.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That really is a good one, you know, because it's like you're so caught up with like, let's have this good match and whatever, but it's like you don't know if it's going to be your last. So it's the older I get, the more I do, the more I try to like. Daniel Bryan said at one time he had this like outer body experience when he was wrestling a match, and it's like, I don't know, that always stuck with me, and so I try to like just kind of stop time, and rather than thinking about everything and overthinking it, and just be like, I'm here. This is cool.
Mhm.
Yep.
Other advice that I've got recently is to just wrestle like an animal, and that's something that I'm gonna. You know, there's peaks and valleys and waves of that, but something that I'm gonna try to start bringing a little bit back into my style, using less of the high flying and risk taking offense, and just wrestling more like an animal. Open throw.
Don't let them up.
Violent yoga. Yep, getting a little gritty.
What about you?
I don't get a lot of critiques. I'm pretty awesome, but no, not at all.
Lie to him.
I did. Just there. Really just relax. Sometimes just relaxing, right? Kind of a combination of both of those things with the relaxing and kind of feeling it out. Like be there. Don't worry about the next thing. Don't worry about what just happened. Be there. Be in the present. Move. Methodically. Wasted motion, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of in that realm of don't slow down. Like you need to slow down, keep your pace. I'm not a little guy. I won't claim to be huge, but if I'm running around at 230 pounds of mostly muscle, there's a little flab in there here and there. You get tired, right? You get tired. So just that methodical approach, learning to wrestle with my frame at the time matters.
Well put.
Very well put.
Very cool. All right. So, what are your guys' hobbies? What do you guys enjoy doing when you're not working?
Outside the ring.
Outside the ring. Gym. Yeah.
Tan, laundry.
Gym, tan, laundry.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. That's kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't think of anything else really.
I am a big 90s video game enthusiast, like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
I love all those old games. A little Spyro, some James Bond, Nightfire, or some GoldenEye for N64 or GameCube. Like I love nostalgia. Like put me in late 90s or early 2000s stuff. Like I love SSX Tricky, like the snowboarding games, Tony Hawk. Like I like that stuff.
I
Anything that
remember
just
those.
brings me back to childhood. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot, like I play that all day. I played it like 1,000 times. I like to hunt. I like to fish. I like to be outside. Obviously, I'm a pretty big advocate on physical health. Like hanging out with these two knuckleheads.
We do hang out a lot.
Post-workout routine. We never got to post-workout routine, so I'll cycle back.
Post, not post workout, post match.
Post-match
We
routine.
did. Oh, we did.
Y'all
Match.
skipped it. We enjoy a good pub.
Yeah.
We like to support the local breweries around here in Anchorage.
We like a good pub.
Listen, they try to force me to drink, okay?
We don't make him do anything.
We are millennials.
You
We
not-
have to drink.
You not see how big they are compared to me?
Well, how do you think you get this way?
Listen, if I don't drink, I drive.
Well,
True.
Don't drink and drive.
Gen Z millennials.
Wow, I was born in the 90s, okay?
You're Gen Z.
I will say, Arnold said, when you're a kid, you drink milk. When you grow up, you drink beer. And he's in, Arnold Schwarzenegger is my idol. So
I mean, in my case, I drink lemonade.
Put it this way: we are drinking beer. He has an e-cig.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. Wow. You do everything
He's
with
almost
technology.
there.
You
He's
smoke
almost
technology. Literally have to smoke with technology.
Listen, I'm trying to quit, okay?
He's been trying to quit for like 6 years.
Shut
Fair
up.
enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, but
It takes time.
I don't know how I just wanted to circle back to
Yeah,
that because
good.
it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
That was beautiful. I like
That was
that.
beautiful.
That was good.
All right, Dutch.
Your question.
Oh, my turn.
but I love you, sir. I know.
He
Let's
doesn't have
see.
his money in front of him. He forgot.
I did. I'm sorry. I'm excited about the news that's about to happen. Let me see. The worst
You're gonna
injury
lose all your money.
each of you had. The worst injury
Worst injury.
Worst injury.
In or out of the ring?
in.
Oh, yeah. Well, basically every match.
Jack does get hurt every match.
Jack,
It's literally something we joke about.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
23. I'm so hurt. Oh my god.
Wow.
Listen,
Oh, you're so old.
My spleen.
I'm 23 and I look like I'm 62. Leave me alone.
Do you walk like it too?
I'm flat-footed, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Wait, bring up
Got
a
anything
sports subject. I've, knock on wood, I've never been injured in the ring. I've been beat up pretty bad. One of the most impactful things I took, and I think it's just because I didn't prepare myself, is again, I'm a bigger dude. Danny Moff is a much bigger dude, and he gave me a hell of a clothesline one time. I mean, he folded me. If you go back and look at, he folded me, and I wasn't prepared for that. I haven't been hit with a clothesline anywhere near that hard before.
I was scared.
That
was
it
the fear.
made him worry.
Yeah.
You did a backflip.
To be fair, my back seized up before that match. I didn't tell anybody because
So you told me.
I'm not.
You told me
did I
to.
tell you? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I told you guys. Didn't tell anybody else because I'm not a pansy.
Yeah.
I was stretching and my back seized up literally 5 to 10 minutes before we went out there for the match.
Ooh.
I could
Oh.
barely stand up straight. So yeah, every single thing hurt. And again, I was the one that took the burning hammer in that match. So just laying on him, just laying there right now, I'm like, just drop me on my fucking head. End it, please, for the love of God. End this pain. End my pain. No injury, but just lots of pain, bad circumstances.
Oh.
Again, nobody did anything wrong. Just unlucky timing.
I'll give you 2. Nothing serious. Again, knock on some wood. Right, but I've never had any surgeries or anything crazy in 13 years, so I pride myself in that.
That's good.
First time I ever did a 450, I overshot the guy and did a face plant and broke my nose in my face. Did one of those where it's like, he was a little close in, and rather than hitting him chest, I hit him with more of like my hip area. So like my front half went down to the nose, and then I literally in the video I checked my nose. It's just like a faucet. So I would say that's the worst because I have a deviated septum now, so I still can't breathe quite right out of this right nostril.
Right.
Other move, like that didn't hurt that bad. It's just like it's prolonged. But I wrestled I wrestled Dijak, Donovan Dijak, early on, and he did this move. He's like shoot 6'7". Okay. So he did this move to me where I was like in a press slam. So now I'm like 9 feet in the air. Okay. Now I'm like, all right, do whatever you want. I'm 24. I'm his age at the time. I'm invincible. You can't get hurt.
Basically.
Yep. And rather than doing John Cena, where you go head down and feet over, no. You go feet over, or no, head over. So your legit upper body is swinging over, and then he forces you down. I literally felt my heart and my internal organs like shift around. I didn't think I was right. I hit that, nothing on him. It was safe, flat, and easy, but it was just like, yeah, I'm trying out this new finisher for like Lucky Pro Wrestling or something. I'm like, sure, man, whatever. Press, and rather than feet over, it was head over. So now I'm going like 11 feet, and then it was like a follow through, and yeah, I just felt the heart like move. It was weird. I don't recommend that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
No.
I would say I wouldn't say like most of us don't really get injured, right? But I would say one of my worst injuries, it caused me to mess up a lot, and he had to take over because I got basically punched in the face and my eye got cut open.
Got fingered.
Yeah. And someone used their nails to like cut my face, and I was just like, I wouldn't stop bleeding.
So big thing in pro wrestling, always cut your fingernails.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
respect thing for the brothers, sisters out there. Cut your
I basically
fingernails.
was blind half the match. So
Ouch.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
it was. I felt.
All right, fellas, we have some salmon, some Jamaican jerk chicken, and some bison marinating that we are about to cook. And I'd like to eat that soon. So we got time when I'm saying it for about. Well, that was a motorcycle. Yeah. We got time for maybe 2 more questions. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So go ahead and ask your final question, Nathan. Then we'll finish the interview, and then we'll just finish it off with our sponsors and stuff at the end.
Sir.
So go ahead and
So
do
what's-
one last question, Nathan.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you guys at a match?
Craziest thing. I got one.
Go for it. You're ready.
This kid named Taekwon Fro
Oh, Jesus.
put his genitals in my face and bounced on my face repeatedly before my partner saved me. And he basically got put through the ring with the powerbomb. And I had the taste in my mouth.
I was in shock when it happened.
Yes.
I probably could have got there and broken up faster, but it was a 5-second delay just out of shock.
It was just out of nowhere. Like, you wouldn't suspect a kid like that to do that.
So that stuff
early.
marinated a little longer than it needed.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think you were there at the time.
No, I wasn't, but I heard about it.
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did
I
it
can't
taste
top
like
that.
chicken?
I can't top that. Do you guys remember the Rikishi driver?
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
We had a guy, Sama. He would do that move. He finished me in one of the matches with that move. Immediately after it happened, and funny enough, my mom saw it. She
God.
called me and asked me if I was okay,
Yeah,
and to consider
gotta love moms.
not wrestling anymore. 'Cause it looks like you die
My mom
because you can die.
My mom would be like, "Do you think this is wise, honey, of letting other grown men pick you up upside down and slamming you on your head?"
I'm pretty sure my mom said, "I'm gonna fuck that guy up."
My mom would have been like, "You better get him back."
But
Mom, it's okay.
that was a pretty crazy one.
Yep. I have one for you. It was actually the same match where I did that overshot 450. It was a wicked. It was called a Wicked Wonderland match. It was basically just like a hardcore match. It was a thumbtack spot, right? And I didn't.
Ooh, those are
I
fun.
it was fun. It was so I got spine busted into the tacks back into it. But what I didn't know that was coming, I was still kind of the rook, kind of earning my stripes or whatever from this company, and he did it safely, like to the edge of safety. My head was down. Here's some thumbtacks, and he did a double stomp and went down, and I had a thumbtack in my eyelid.
Oh God!
Ow.
That was fun.
I would have died.
Damn.
Sucked it.
Ow.
That's
All
pretty
right.
good. That's one of those ones. I had a friend attending that one. He was a nurse, and they're just like, "You know about MRSA?" I was like,
I'm gonna watch that clip next time you super kick a pizza out of our hands.
"Yeah,
I'm gonna say,
careful, low blood there."
what's the 2 words he said?
Oops.
Oh, booms and O's.
There we go.
Booms and O's,
Booms and
yeah.
O's.
1993.
I'm gonna leave it with one thing and one thing only. Everybody watching and all 4 of y'all combined, follow us on YouTube, 907 Pro Wrestling Academy, and you'll see everything and learn about our story.
Good plug.
Very good plug. Except it's 907 Pro
Beautiful.
Wrestling now.
It got changed now.
907 Pro Wrestling. They're still an academy.
Yeah,
It's 907 Pro Wrestling. Correct.
Absolutely.
And if you
That's
want
why
to
we're
follow
tagged.
Preston, just type in Preston and the whole,
Don't type my name in for anything. But if you type PW3, things
Don't-
will come up.
You have to write an
PW3,
essay and
got
type it in.
It's fine. I get it. Only
Gotcha.
no OnlyFans.
Not yet.
All right. All
Thank
right.
God.
Thank you guys for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your time. So
Right. Thanks
Now
for having us, guys.
okay, so now we'll go into some announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very happy day for 3 of us. Well, for Power.
Yeah.
Tag team together. You guys are awesome. Big Money Dodge has finally secured a ring for the Big Money Compound. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. His dreams have become a reality. He is going to start a wrestling training facility. This ring had just actually came today.
Where's that at?
Came
Yeah,
to
what state?
Washington
Pullman,
State.
Washington, sir.
Where?
Washington
Pullman,
State.
Washington.
Washington.
Coleman, Washington.
Coleman?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a plane ride away.
I know,
Which
right?
also brings me to my next thing before I get into the compound. With that ring, it is now the exclusive home of Nathan. Get ready to smile big because this is the first time we get.
I'm already working on it.
The Big Money Compound is the exclusive home of Inclusion Pro Wrestling, the newest and hottest professional wrestling in Washington State. Inclusion Pro Wrestling. Thank you to Big Money Compound for hosting our facility. Now, if you're interested in training, please contact Big Money Dodge or Big Money Compound on Facebook, Instagram. $25 a class, $150 a session. If it's online, I believe it's going to be $150 a class now for
It's
training.
When we open the doors, it will be $150 for the month. If you just want to do online, it's $25 a session. That's only an hour every Tuesday and Thursday. I have SoCal Crazy gonna be one of the trainers. I will be having men
I announce
and
one
women that have been in the business over 20 years.
Okay, and can I announce one more trainer?
Go ahead.
Just because
He helped. Yes.
Just because this trainer has actually helped secure our ring. So he is a 22-year vet, a Hall of Famer on this podcast. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He is our first inductee into our podcast Hall of Fame. Mr. T-Rex is going to be a trainer. He's a referee extraordinaire. So thank you guys again for joining us. Nathan, go ahead and plug the last two sponsors.
Well, before I do that, I would like to say that when we get the promotion up and going for our first show, which will be a benefit show for the Special Olympics of Washington, I would love to have you guys come out and wrestle for us.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Keep it in mind.
Yeah.
For sure. Keep us posted
Yep.
on the
Absolutely.
details.
So we
Inclusive pro wrestling.
inclusion pro wrestling.
Inclusion pro wrestling.
Inclusion pro wrestling. I just want to make sure I heard it right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Inclusion.
All right.
And our next two our other two sponsors are the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And to get a hold of the lady that's in charge of that is Becky Bernhardt on Facebook. And then Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and lead removal needs. And you can find him on Angie.
And ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to thank Planet Pain for joining us this evening.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes,
For-
very much. Thank you.
Thank
For
you guys.
Nathan and the new owner of Big Money Compound,
Big money.
Big Money Dodge.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Anthony, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for our next episode. Thank you guys very much, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, guys.
Enjoy
Good
the
job.
chickens.
Yeah.